Alright, this is 4.1 Lesson 4, Solving a System of Equation by Elimination Method. Alright, now elimination method looks like it's more steps than the last one, but actually it's pretty much the same. Now, step 1 is we're going to rewrite each equation in standard form, thus ax plus by equals c. It makes things a lot easier if everything's lined up. Now, we're then going to multiply each of the equations so that the coefficients of one of the variables match. So either the x's will match or the y's will match. Thirdly, we're going to eliminate that variable, the one that we matched, by either adding or subtracting the two equations from each other. This will leave us with a variable and a constant, and then we're going to have to solve for that. Then, once you're done with the first 4 steps, you have a choice. If you get a nice number out of it, then by all means go ahead and back solve just like we did in substitution method. Easy, simple, done. Now if it's not a nice number, let's say you get a fraction like, I don't know, 4/11ths or 17/22, something crazy like that. Then you can repeat steps 2 through 4, except this time you're going to solve for the other variable. So instead of making the x's match, you make the y's match. Now, let's go ahead and go through this example. 2x equals 3y plus 12, and negative 5y equals 3x plus 1. So, first things first, I want to get them in standard form. So I'm going to have to move my positive 3y to the other side by subtracting it. I'll end up with 2x minus 3y is equal to 12. So I literally subtracted 3y from both sides. My other equation is pretty much the same thing. I want to get the 3x to the other side, so I'm going to do that by subtracting the 3x from both sides, yielding negative 3x minus 5y is equal to positive 1. Alright, so far so good. They're each in standard form. X's, y's, equal sign, number. I'm now going to either make the x's or the y's match. I think for this first round I'm going to make the x's match. What's the LCM of 2 and 3? It's 6. Or cheater method. I'm going to multiply 2 by 3 to make 6, and I'm going to multiply 3 by 2 to get 6. That way the x coefficients will both be 6. Now, when I multiply the x by 3, I have to multiply everything by 3. This way I'll get 6x minus 9y is equal to 36. And when I multiply my second equation by 2, I will get negative 6x minus 10y is equal to positive 2. So I'm literally just multiplying both equations by whatever will make it so that the coefficients match. Now, for this problem, we have 6x and negative 6x. We're on elimination method step now. Do I want to add 6 and negative 6 to get 0, or subtract 6 and negative 6 to get 0? Yeah, I want to add them. So if I add my x's, I'm going to add my y's, I'm going to add my numbers. This is going to give me, well, the 6's cancel. Negative 9 plus negative 10 is negative 19y, and then 36 plus 2 is 38. And that's the elimination method. We eliminated the x's. Step 4, solve. I'm going to get the y by itself by dividing both sides by negative 19. And then now I have y is equal to negative 2. Now, this is a nice number. So I could then go back to any of my equations and plug in negative 2. So if I take my top equation here, my first one, 2x equals 3y plus 12, but y is now going to be negative 2. 2x equals negative 6 plus 12. In other words, 2x is equal to 6. X is equal to 3. See? And just like the last one, that's a point. 3 comma negative 2. Now what I could have done instead, if I go back to, after my rewrite, 2x minus 3y equals 12, and negative 3x minus 5y equals 1, instead of making the x's match, I could have made the y's match. So if I multiply the top equation by 5, and I multiply the bottom equation by 3, I would have instead gotten the two equations. 10x minus 15 equals 60, and my second equation would have been negative 9x minus 15y equals 3. So now my y's match. Now, they're both negative, so do I want to add them or subtract them? Well, I definitely want to subtract them because they're the same sign. So I'm going to get 10 minus minus 10. In other words, I'm going to get positive 19x. I'm going to get 15 minus minus 15, so those cancel. And I'm going to get 60 minus 3, which is 57. Divide both sides by 19, and I get x is equal to 3. But that's what we expected. So your options are back solve, which is honestly the easiest thing to do if it's a small number, versus repeating steps 2 through 4, but this time we're doing it for the other variable. In this case, the first time we went through, we canceled the x's. Now we went through and we canceled the y's. And again, we only do repeat if you have a really ugly number to plug in. It's easier to do it that way. Alright, that's the elimination method.